All right. So as that kicks into high gear, we'll just get this off and running. So we would be live right now with the raffle draw. Unfortunately, guys, I have bad news. We did not sell any tickets for this raffle draw for the 24th hour from yesterday on the 9th. So there is a carryover, as everybody knows. The carryover is supposed to happen once a month. So now with the raffle draw, unfortunately, guys, I have bad news. We did not sell any tickets for this raffle draw for the 24th hour from yesterday on the 9th. So, carryover, as everybody knows. The carryover is supposed to happen once a month. So, now. Okay, so without further ado, we'll get right into today's session. Now, I did not go over specifics of what today's session was going to be about. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do the raffle ticket look of what we're talking about here. So every time that we have to adjust, I'll give you a little insight to what's going on. Right now, SHIB is sitting, and here I'll share the thread with you on CoinMarketCap 2701. Now SHIB just started its run. It's still undervalued by a huge margin, guys. Bitcoin just hit 81,000 this morning. SHIB should have hit 6,000. Approximately 4,000, 4,500 USDT. It did not hit that level, right? We're way under, way under. And there's a couple concepts into this. SHIB trades like 20 to 30% difference from Bitcoin. Now we were down like close to 110, 120% from the all-time high. That's ridiculous. Like that's insane. So that part of it, I even have a hard time understanding because I'm of the notion that SHIB should be always moving in a positive trend. And the only reason why I say that is because people still don't understand it, and that's why I have an educational program going on, because I know people just don't get it about SHIB, and trying to educate everybody about what's going on with SHIB. And as you can see, when you look at the number up here, 2703, and it's way down here, it's like, wow, that was a rocket. It just shot up. And it's like, well, it's all relative. When it's sitting at 13, 14, and it burned 56 billion SHIB, that's ridiculous, right? Everybody knows that. That's ridiculous. It should never happen, right? If you're reducing the circulating supply, what should happen? Like in theory, what should happen? If you're reducing the amount that's available to everybody, should drive demand. Okay. SHIB wallet holders are going up. Now, this morning, they dove off. If you can believe it or not, they dove off. They jumped off a cliff. They went down 1,000, which is not very much for SHIB, because when there's a huge sell-off, usually we have 4,000 to 5,000 instant drop. 8,000, 9,000 wallets drop right away. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody wants out. No one wants to be left holding the bag. That's how come the educational part of it's so important for everybody to catch on to. You're reducing the circulating supply. You're adding value to a currency, not taking away from that currency. You're adding value to that currency. So the more you add to the currency, the more valuable it becomes. The more valuable it becomes. So if you have a currency that you're able to see a huge demand in, usually it would drive up the price. With SHIB, there's not a lot of people because there's still that trust issue. And this is why I keep telling people, I said, only invest what you can lose, but keep it simple, right? When you're investing, see if you can buy 1 million of something. Like try and keep that 1 million level on SHIB. And because it's only, the difference is it's 100,000 SHIBs, right? No. 1 million SHIB is only going to cost you right now. It's going to cost you $28. You could have bought it at 13, it cost you $14 for 1 million. That's true. And you've doubled your money. So like your out would be what? 50 cents to a dollar, maybe $2, and you're a millionaire. If you can stomach it, you have to have big kahunas, because once you start seeing how much money is just in a few cents, few pennies, how much money you're losing to making. And yes, SHIB should, in theory, always climb. Absolutely. In theory, though, not in practical. In theory, SHIB should never depreciate. It should always grow. And that's when I absolutely 1000% agree with you. And people just still haven't caught on to it. And you know who else who is catching on to it? Unfortunately, the exchanges are catching on to it in a big, big, big way, because they're buying it from you for pennies on the glass. But hey, that's the game. That's the name of the game. Someone's going to lose, someone's going to win, right? But you can help it by not taking part in it, right? So if you're looking at, okay, I got a billion SHIB, or I got 500 million or 200 million SHIB or 100 million SHIB, I can take a little bit off the table. Absolutely, you can take it off the table. There is nobody, even if you have 50 million SHIB, you can still take some off the table. Just don't take it all off the table. Because if you take it all off the table and it explodes, you're going to be so sorry. You're going to be so sorry anyway when it explodes. Everybody's going to be in the same boat. Everybody's going to think, I can time this just right. I'll be able to get back in. The ship does not go one side or the other. It always dips on the recoveries. You got to understand something when someone says to you that SHIB is evolutionary, because it never happens in your lifetime. You have to understand that, because once you understand that, you will understand this. You are selling a currency that is working for you harder than you working for it, not the other way around. In your fiat currency world, this is where the problems come in. Massive problems come in. Your currency is based on unfounded untruths. Okay, so there's always some manipulation going on with your currency. SHIB is the same way right now, because people don't get it. They don't understand it, they don't get it, and they'd rather trade it. And that's true. That's hey, if that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. No one can stop you from doing that. That's 100% on you. Okay? So if you trade it, you're okay with it, you're fine. And there's Margex, there's all kinds of leveraging components. But if you knew something that you knew wasn't going to lose in value, why would you short it? Why would you trade it? You're taking that chance that no one else is going to catch on to it. You are taking that gamble. You are taking that risk. If you knew for 100% sure that no matter what number you picked when you went to the casino, it's a winner. Okay, you're going to bet $5 on that table. You know for a fact you're going to win. You know for a fact that that number that's going to come up is going to come up. And you see the number come up, you didn't bet anything on it. Go, well, okay, that was a fluke. Next number that you would pick is a winner, instant winner. You didn't bet on it. Okay. At some point, though, you will. And then how much? Well, I don't want to risk it all. I'll only bet $5. Okay. So it turns into a winner. You made $100. SHIB is like that. You're gambling that no one else is going to catch on to it, and then everybody's going to. But it doesn't always go up, though, right? It doesn't always go up. No, it won't. Not for a while. Not till people start catching on that SHIB is a guaranteed investment. Once they start seeing the return on their investment, all of a sudden it becomes very practical to start gambling on SHIB in massive numbers. Because once one person, hey, wait a second, they tell 10 friends, they tell 10 friends, they tell 10 friends, they tell 10 friends, everybody starts to snowball in. There is no way you're going to lose money once people start realizing what it is. But the ball's got to start rolling. People got to start talking. The more you talk, the more it earns. The more you talk, what happens? You build. And when you build and build on it from everybody's point of view, even if it's only 1 million SHIB, 200 million people by 1 million SHIB. That's 200 trillion SHIBs. That's more than half the supply, because the other half is being held by the top 40 wallet holders. So 200 million people by 1 million SHIB, you are now, there's no circulation available at this price. So what's the next fallout, right? Well, 5x, 3x, 2x, 8x is the next fallout, where people start selling it back to the market. And again, they're selling it to gain market share. And if they're smart, they're reducing the circulating supply at the same time. Everybody's got the same wheel going, reducing that circulating supply, right? Once that adoption catches on, that's that snowball effect. Once that starts to happen, you're starting to see SHIB explode. And it's too late. Like, once you sell it, you know for a fact you're not going to be able to buy it at that price. That price is gone, and it's gone forever. You're never going to see it come back. SHIB does not have a 4-year cycle. I'm going to say it again. SHIB does not have a 4-year cycle. Bitcoin has that 4-year cycle. Bitcoin is strapped to that 4-year cycle because they are minting all the time, and it takes roughly about 4 years for that circulation to go through, for that maximum amount that is being produced, right? So every 4 years is what they call the reduction act, right? So what happens is only, you have to have the exact same amount of generators, but you're only getting half the supply because it already met that mandate. SHIB doesn't have that. SHIB is reducing its circulating supply every day, and Bitcoin's minting every day, and gold is being found every single day. So we have gold being found every single day, gold's value going up every single day. SHIB's value is going up every single day because we're reducing the circulating supply, but it's not being reflected in the price of the SHIB. Now, why isn't it being reflected in price? A lot of people say, oh, it's because of the amount of SHIB that's in circulation. It has nothing to do with the amount of SHIB in circulation. It's got to do with people not being educated in SHIB, period. Them focused on one aspect of SHIB, and everybody telling them that you don't want to be in SHIB. Every single investor out there, like you go on X, and there's a lot of them that'll tell you that, yes, SHIB is good. It's a good investment, but it's not the best investment. I have the best investments over here. It's Bonk. Bonk is right now flying. It's doing 20 to 30% a day. WIF, right? Dogs with hats. Okay. They're doing phenomenal. They're doing 50, 60% in a short period of time. Pepe, look at Pepe. Pepe is doing phenomenal. It's doing the market capitalization of SHIB. Are they reducing anything? No. Are they talking to anybody? No. It's all about community, trust. Okay, well, that community and trust in SHIB is what? Okay, so it's different than SHIB. Absolutely. SHIB's reducing its circulating supply. Pepe's not. Pepe's governed. Doge is governed. Pepe's governed. Bonk is governed. And it's all on, it's cheaper on fees. That's what makes it attractive, but it's not where you want to be sticking your money if you're looking for that singularity. And you're not looking at those explosions like you are with SHIB. SHIB will make you a multimillionaire. Yes, it will. But it won't do it on its own. You're going to have to take part in it in some fashion. So I took part in it, helping you understand what SHIB is. You're going to take part in it and tell everybody, come onto the channel, make sure that you subscribe to it, because you don't have to do a darn thing. You don't have to buy SHIB raffle tickets. You don't even have to buy SHIB. If you're taking part in it to find out if we're burning SHIB at an extraordinary event, then you'll like and subscribe to the channel, because you want to see us burn 80% of what we take in from YouTube, from TikTok. Well, I didn't want to use TikTok because, well, I don't have a lot of subscribers on TikTok. I think I only got 4,000 viewers or 8,000 viewers on TikTok, and My subscriber base is very small, so it's only like 500 subscribers, and you need a lot for TikTok. It's the same thing with the shorts on YouTube. You need a lot of people on there too. I got a post from Bitmart about BTC. Let's have a look at the markets right now. Bitcoin SHIB right now it was at 2704 when I came on. It's at 26.6 right now. Okay, so we'll go into the markets. Have a look at what the price action. I just got an alert on the alert grid. Hold on here. Because here, yeah. Let's go back out. Yeah, so Bitcoin's at 80,000. Ethereum's at 931.5. And they're up 0.2%, 0.2%. Doge is at 28 cents, almost 29 cents, up 28.5. The big story of the day, though, is SHIB with 27% increase, 2.1% from this morning increase. Polkadot is down 1.48 to 525, up 13% over the last 24 hours, which is awesome. But they're still undervalued, in my opinion, because they're offering 12.6%, 12.6%, guys, just from holding it. And it's paid out daily. You have to have it in there for 4 consecutive days before. And just remember this, in order to sell DOT, they have to give you 28 days. So you'll put in an unstaking first. It takes 28 days for it to clear, and then you can sell it. So again, by next year in November, you want to start reducing you want to start getting out of the DOT, because it follows suit with Bitcoin. Now, SHIB should not follow suit with any of them. SHIB should always be on the rise. Reducing its circulating supply on an ongoing basis helps it increase its value. I don't know what part of it that people miss on that, but that is the truth. I've been watching it for over 2 years, almost going on 3 years now. And I've started with the raffle draw. Started with this raffle draw last month, because I was like, well, everything is going up. I got to start it sometime. I was hoping that I'd have 300 viewers by then, and 300,000 viewers every day coming onto the channel, checking it out, doing some research, helping me broadcast all the adoption that has been going on with SHIB, so that we'd start a blog that would help increase the awareness, and it'd give everybody an interaction site to go to see what SHIB is doing differently than everyone else is doing. And then it would give you a focus point on what's going on. And why do we only cover SHIB? How come I don't cover XRP, USDC, Tron, Toncoin, Avalanche? Every single one of these coins, every single one, if they want to ensure that they make money, they would be buying SHIB. Are they? No. Every single coin, when it's owned, should be buying SHIB. The ecosystem development team, they're into SHIB big time. They have over 6 trillion, or is it over 4 trillion? 4 trillion SHIB. They sold a lot of it off. I think because of their Shibarium aspects of it. I know they burned a lot of SHIB, but trillions, guys. They were at 7.8 trillion, and now it's at 4. So that's 3 trillion taken off the table in less than a year. Like, that's insane. Okay, now they did burn 56 billion SHIB, but it's a drop in the hat compared to the 4 trillion that they sold. Right? I mean, just do the the concept on that. And the ecosystem development team have nothing to do with SHIB. They just hijacked the name, and they put a website. They built a website to enhance the look of what they were doing. So you can't call it fraud because SHIB isn't owned by anybody. So it's not really fraud. It's just bad business. I mean, they're coming out with their tokens and they're strapping it to SHIB. Every time they come out, they put this big article out on SHIB. SHIB Magazine, by the way, is part of the ecosystem development team. All those articles are written and protected by them. So it's all biased toward their tokens. So whatever they have for their tokens, I'm not going to get into the names, that is what they're using to help alleviate. So when SHIB goes up in value, they try and steal that market share from them by saying that it's because of Bone, it's because of Leash, it's because of their development that's helping increase the awareness of SHIB. When in actuality, it's the people behind SHIB that's increasing the value of SHIB, not the other way around. So don't fall for little tricks, and you get the point of it. So this was an information time that I broadcasted. Again, we didn't sell any tickets in the last 24 hours. And if you want more information on that, just drop me a like, dislike, and make a comment on the channel. And I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can on it. I'm really busy with the raffle tickets because I have to adjust them. And I've had to adjust them fast over the last 18 hours. Only because I don't have a system set up that it's automatically updating the tickets so that it automatically writes the ticket. So I have to make the tickets before it can write to them. And then once they're done, then I can do it. Then I can set up a pointer and bring them over. And then they have to be on a database, right? So all the ticket draws are on a database, and then make sure that it's working perfectly before submitting them out to the public. So that takes time. Okay, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. And with the with the educational part of it, is we do these little tutorials all the time. If you want me to test your knowledge on it, we can do that. Okay, so right now SHIB is sitting at 26.45, and I only want to talk about SHIB because I believe that if you talk about anything else, it's kind of like a waste of time. It's not helping anybody. So if it's not helping you, why talk about it, right? That's my point. So we do talk about tutorials. We want to get into a blog. We want everybody to understand what's going on. And if we want everybody to be on a Discord, I can get you on my Discord. But I need more than 5 or 6 people coming on and checking out the channel every once in a while. Because if the channel's not building, there's no sense in going into specifics. And we can talk about the tutorial and setting up tutorials to show you and explain to you what each of the segments have to do with, and then find out what it can possibly do and surround SHIB. Okay, and that's why I want everybody to get in to SHIB as quickly as possible. Do you remember? I don't know. This is a Canadian thing. Okay, I'm sure every country's had this, where the government has promised they wouldn't touch certain prospects, and everybody jumps into it because, oh, this is awesome. The government's not touching it. That means that if I jump in, and then they start putting all their money into that one project or that one systematics, well, then the government had to put stipulations in there saying, okay. No, you can't dump hundreds of millions of dollars into a junk fund, okay, because we promised we weren't going to touch it. And then it drives up the interest rates on that because the money's just sitting there accumulating. Then the government put a stop to it and said, no, you can't stick, because they understood something. When everybody was doing that, yes, it helps the fund, but it doesn't help anything to do with the country, because this is all backed in banking sector on mortgage backs. Okay, so it's good and bad, but majority of what was in that trust fund was bad loans to businesses. but only certain businesses were able to do that. So majority of them were banks. Majority of them were secondary banks and third, like third party banking, and then mortgage backs. And then you had corporate in there. Okay. And all of it based on the fact that they couldn't pay back their loans. So then it was going into this fund to help them alleviate this. So everybody started piling into it because the government said, we're not going to touch it. And people are buying debt. Okay, you're buying debt. And then the government thought that no one was going to put money in it, but everybody started sticking money in it because all of a sudden you're making 4 or 5% guaranteed money back on your money, which is better than what you're getting from a GIC at the time, which was only 3.1%. So without further ado, we'll call that a night. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about rules and conditions and go over that in the next little while. Anyway, thank you. Have a great and wonderful evening, everybody. Cheers. I love you. Take care. God bless each and every one of you. Live long and prosper, everybody. Have a great and wonderful evening. Thank you. We're getting ready to leave and go out for the Remembrance Day Memorial downtown Calgary. So peace. Love each and every one of you. Live long and prosper. Jesus loves you. Remember, without Jesus, we wouldn't be here. Thank you so much. Have a great, wonderful evening.